On the third day, I remember I found myself starting to look around to see where. I was like, well, he's obviously going to be somewhere close by. Where is he right now? Because he's not in a corner of a room watching me right now. And then he wasn't, and I was really unnerved and unmoored, and I felt like quite lost, like just like a kid without their like blanket or something. I was like, where is he? And I asked AD, I was like, so Jacob, where is Jacob right now? And they're like, he's just doing a costume change. It's not a big deal. But I found myself so dependent, like codependent kind.
Here's the thing. We really need to talk about what's popping off between Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi, because this press tour is going completely left and the internet is clocking everything. They're both starring in Withering Heights, and the way they've been talking about each other has people doing double takes everywhere. Margot openly admitting she had separation anxiety when Jacob wasn't around, plus her gushing about what he did for her on Valentine's Day in character has fans whispering wild stuff, including whether she quietly split from her husband or not. People aren't just mildly curious either, they're confused and side-eyeing the whole thing. The press run has gone full viral mode, and the chemistry is so loud that nobody is focusing on anything else. And if you thought Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo were extra close during Wicked, then this situation is on a whole different level. Folks online keep asking what's really going on between Margot and Jacob, especially since Margot isn't just starring, she's producing the film too. Back in 2024, Emerald Fennell announced she was adapting Withering Heights, and it instantly sparked chaos in Hollywood after a full-on bidding war with Netflix Warner Brothers, snatched it up and locked in a Valentine's Day release, which honestly feels intentional given all this romantic tension. With the premiere just weeks away, people are convinced this press tour isn't accidental at all. The 2026 film is inspired by Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, diving into obsession, jealousy, class, and messy romance between Heathcliff and Catherine. But word is this version leans way heavier into romance, drops the strict period vibe, and plays loose with the costumes, which already has hardcore fans pressed and debating nonstop. From the second the first paparazzi shots leaked from the set, the internet was already irritated, and once the trailer dropped, it got even louder. Fans instantly dragged the costumes, and the comments online were brutal but non-stop. People were saying, they are awful, and I'm not even mentioning if they are historically accurate or not. Others flat out called them hideous, and one post that kept going viral said, Withering Heights costume design looking worse than Bridgerton's costume design, and that's saying a lot. That's wild. A lot of viewers summed it up as basically a costume party with a twist. Sounds fun on paper, but confusing in execution. Period films don't always stick perfectly to history, but at least they usually feel intentional. This, to many fans, just looks random and chaotic, like pieces thrown together without a clear direction. Now, the costume designers are standing 10 toes down on their vision, and they're not backing off. But while people argue about corsets and fabrics, the real mess is happening off-screen. During the press tour, Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi have been way too open about their experience together, and it has everyone asking the same question. Are you two okay, or is something else happening here?
Dependent on people when I work, like I'm so dependent with people I work with, and I love everyone so much, and I'm always that person who's so devastated when a job's over, and I never want it to end, and I'm going to miss everyone so much, and even seeing everyone today is so exciting. And I think I developed that quite quickly with Jacob too. I don't know if Emerald told you to do this or you did this, but I remember the first couple of days on set, he would just be like always in the vicinity where I was, but like in a corner, like watching Kathy, and then
I didn't tell him to do that.
and then and you know, an hour later I'm like, oh, he's over there, like he's there, and then
people are openly wondering if Margot is still married because of how she talks about filming with Jacob, the emotional bond, the closeness, all of it. And Jacob's situation isn't any clearer either. One minute he's linked to Olivia, then Jade, then suddenly neither, and fans are convinced he's deep in a situationship spiral. They've been seen together recently, so who really knows their status? But what people do know is that the things they say about each other sound very close, very romantic, and very intense. It's giving I cannot be without you. And the comparison to Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo energy just keeps coming up again and again. So the big question everyone keeps asking is, where do you draw the line though? If this is all just movie promo, then sure, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's got people talking, it's got people curious, and it's got the movie glued to everyone's timeline. But at the same time, a lot of folks feel like it's getting a little too personal, even for promotion, and that's where the side-eye really starts. In a recent Vogue interview, Margot Robbie shared a story that instantly sent the internet into a spiral. She revealed that Jacob Elordi filled her entire room with roses on Valentine's Day, saying it was done as his character Heathcliff, but flowers on Valentine's Day are still flowers on Valentine's Day. She literally said, "We were shooting on Valentine's Day. You made my day as Heathcliff filled my room with roses and it was so cute." Then she turned it back on him and asked, "What did I do for you? On Valentine's Day, I'm asking because I can't remember." And his response? "I don't think you did anything." She pushed back with, "I must have done something." And he said, "No." Then she added, "And you know what the thing is? I thought you would. I'm so sorry. I think when I did it, I felt like I beat you." That exchange alone had people screaming. Margot didn't stop there either. She openly said the whole thing made her think Jacob would be a really good boyfriend, explaining, "You definitely beat me. Yours was so epic. I remember thinking on Valentine's Day, oh, he's probably a very good boyfriend." She went on about how thoughtful it all was, from the roses to the handwritten note from Heathcliff, even mentioning the tiny tombstone detail. She summed it up saying, "It was crafty, it was meaningful, it was dramatic." And yeah, dramatic is exactly the word people online are using too. Fans couldn't get past the headline, "Jacob Elordi filling Margot Robbie's room with roses on Valentine's Day." Even with the character excuse, everyone was still like, wait, what is actually going on here? Later in the interview, things got even more intense because it came out that they genuinely didn't like filming without each other. Jacob Elordi straight up said, "I really didn't like shooting when Margot wasn't there." And Margot Robbie fired right back with, "I hated shooting when you weren't there," which already had people raising eyebrows.
We have a mutual obsession. I think the thing is, if you, regardless of plot or screenplay, if you have the opportunity to share a film set with Margot Robbie, you're going to make sure you're within 5 to 10 meters at all times.
She even mentioned there was a stretch where she was filming with Shazad and Jacob was off with Allison, and she admitted it just felt wrong. Margot made sure to clarify she loved working with the other actors and praised them heavily, but then dropped the line that sent headlines flying. She said she found herself thinking, "He's mine," and from there, chaos followed. Suddenly, the media was calling her territorial, jealous, and even labeling her as being codependent on Jacob while filming Withering Heights. Some headlines went as far as saying the two had an on-set obsession that left the actor weak at the knees, and yes, that exact phrase became a thing. In the same Vogue interview, one scene was described where Jacob's Heathcliff lifts Kathy with one arm and shields her face from the rain. Margot admitted, "It almost made me weak at the knees," letting out a dramatic sigh that did not go unnoticed by the internet. She explained that it was the small, intimate details that hit hardest, especially for women in their 30s, which she said is exactly who this movie is for. Margot also pointed out that epic romances like this are rarely made by women, which made the experience feel even more personal and meaningful. But it didn't stop there. In other interviews, Margot opened up about how she tends to become very attached during projects and likes staying close to the cast. She admitted that by day 3, she was already instinctively looking for Jacob on set, and if he wasn't around, she'd ask where he was because she had grown so used to his presence. And yeah, people definitely noticed all of it. Jacob later opened up about their connection too, and honestly, his tone came off like pure admiration. He talked about Margot with a lot of respect and awe, making it clear that working with her wasn't just another job, it was an opportunity he genuinely valued. Nothing wild or flirty on his end, more like wide-eyed appreciation, but paired with everything Margot has been saying, people online still raised eyebrows. And the internet has absolutely not been quiet about any of this. People have been clowning the interviews nonstop, turning quotes into memes and asking some very blunt questions. One comment that kept popping up was, "Is she divorced or something?" Because, as they put it, she's not talking like a married woman based on how she describes Jacob. Others started joking about Margot Robbie's husband popping up under yet another Jacob Elordi clip about his wife. One viral post said, "Spouses of actors are God's strongest warriors," followed by, What do you mean Margot's husband has to sit there and watch Jacob do all this? People kept repeating, sorry, but isn't she married? And yeah, many fans admit they get that it's promo, but they're also pointing out something interesting. There are a million sound bites from Margot sounding deeply emotionally invested, while Jacob has been way quieter by comparison. Some comments even went as far as saying, can we all agree we're just waiting for Margot Robbie to announce she's leaving her husband after all these Jacob interviews? That's how far people are taking it. Others tried to be more rational, saying maybe her husband is totally fine with it because he's a producer on the film and is financially benefiting too, so it's all part of the business. And that's where people started comparing this whole situation to the Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell press tour chaos. Heavy chemistry, nonstop headlines, blurred lines between promo and real life, and the public left wondering what's real and what's just marketing. Either way, the reactions aren't slowing down at all. This whole thing is starting to feel very familiar. When they were promoting that other movie together, everyone swore those two were secretly in love because of the photos, the chemistry, the nonstop press moments, all of it. People were convinced something was going on, even though she was engaged at the time. She even had to address it publicly when she hosted Saturday Night Live, explaining that her fiancé was actually a producer on the movie, which is why they were so publicly close. And now here we are again, because surprise, Margot Robbie's husband is also a producer on Withering Heights. That's where things get interesting. If you look at it through that lens, this could all be strategy. Margot talking openly and emotionally about Jacob Elordi, generating headlines, driving attention, keeping the movie trending, all of it benefits the project directly. Especially since this film is being produced by Lucky Chap Entertainment, which Margot co-founded with her husband. So yeah, from a business standpoint, it kind of makes sense. Loud press, blurred lines, viral clips, endless speculation, it keeps the movie in everyone's mouth. That said, personally, I don't think I could do it. Watching your partner speak that way about someone else, even for work, would be a lot to stomach. Strategy or not, emotions don't always care about the business plan. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think this is all calculated promo genius, or do you think the lines are genuinely getting crossed here? Would you be okay with your partner doing press like this? Or is this where you draw the line? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this one is messy. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, share this video, and comment your take. And of course, I'll see you in the next one.